All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started now. So welcome everyone who is attending. This is now round 8 to the wonderful Blizzard game we've been playing this winter. We got another Clipper that's gonna be moving through tonight and bringing the potential for Blizzard impacts on Friday. So as we stated, significant travel impacts are expected for this period, especially between after midnight tonight to lasting till about the evening tomorrow. So in terms of new snow amounts that we're going to be expecting from this, generally we're not going to expect to see a lot in the way of snowfall amounts. The highest chances for accumulating snow will be mostly isolated to the northwest Minnesota area. And the highest amounts we can tend to expect are about 1 to 2 inches. The big concern with this system is that we are expecting high winds to be accompanied with it. We're generally expecting a ceiling of close to 60 and 70 miles per hour, especially west of the Red River Valley out towards the escarpment. We are expecting the morning and evening commute to be impacted, and as such, we have put out a blizzard warning for most of the area. And then we have a winter weather advisory for the eastern side of our CWA. So I just want to go over quickly some of the confidence details that we have in terms of what we're thinking and what led us to this decision for the blizzard warning. At a very minimum, we are expecting high winds, especially after midnight. There's going to be some gusty southeasterly winds tonight that are going to at least contribute to potentially near blizzard conditions this evening, but probably will not be lasting more than an hour or two. It's going to heavily depend on if the winds and the snow can overlap. We do have high confidence in blowing snow because our winds tomorrow are expected to be in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, potentially crossing over 60. And based on observations and determinations from our observation program leader, we've determined that the snow is relatively blowable. So there is high confidence that we will have blowing snow tomorrow. And as such, we are expecting we do have high confidence that travel impacts will be expected, especially within the blizzard warning area. So it's in terms of the range of impacts that we're expecting to experience here, we're within the range of at least some blowing snow impacts expected tomorrow. How widespread, there's still uncertainty with it, but it's severe enough to where it will significantly impact travel. And on the higher impact side, we generally would be expecting widespread whiteout conditions lasting through the day tomorrow. So I do want to quickly go over the hazard matrix and timing of what we're expecting. We are expecting light snow to begin to impact the Devil's Lake Basin and the west side of our area around 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight before spreading eastward into the Red River Valley and into northwest Minnesota. Generally, we're not expecting the impacts to be significant until after midnight when the winds start to kick up and may overlap with the falling snow to create whiteout conditions periodically. This is not when the blizzard warning is going to be going into effect, but we do want to give you a heads up that there may be whiteout conditions after midnight, between midnight and 6 a.m. when the blizzard warning goes into effect. We're going to expect onset of blizzard conditions towards the 3 to 6 a.m. to 6 to 9 a.m. time frame, because that is when the cold front is going to sweep through and shift our winds to northwesterly, and that's when our strongest winds are going to be expected. So we do anticipate ground blizzard conditions persisting throughout the day before beginning to taper off into the evening. We aren't expecting as significant of travel difficulties out in the eastern side of our area in north central Minnesota. It's primarily due to kind of sheltered terrain out there with all the forests and everything. And also, but we are at least expecting some wind to be, or some snow to be accompanied out in Bemidji. So just a quick heads up on how much snow we are planning on experiencing. You can see here the percentage chance of 1 inch of snow or more. You can see that generally the highest probabilities are out in northwest Minnesota, out towards Bemidji, Fosston, and Thief River, and all points north. There is a chance we could see some isolated areas within the Central Valley and into west central Minnesota of 1 inch, but generally at the very minimum, we're expecting the ceiling to be 2 inches at the most. We're not really expecting a heavy snowfall amount. And once again, when falling snow and gusty winds meet each other, there is a chance that brief whiteout may occur before the blizzard warning goes into effect tonight. So tomorrow's the biggest concern. We expect the winds to kick up drastically once the cold front shifts our winds to northwesterly. There is really high confidence that high winds will impact the area. As stated earlier, initially southerly winds could create near blizzard conditions at times, but the strongest winds behind the cold front could get as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour, and combined with the blowable snow on the ground, it is very likely that it will cause blizzard conditions, especially west of the Red River Valley and in the Red River Valley is where we are most concerned for blizzard conditions to arise. Impacts from potential blizzard conditions begin to taper off as you get further east because the max wind gusts tomorrow, you can see here, are much weaker as you get out towards our border. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there for any questions anyone